Hello YouTube! Welcome in to another video with Kopitar reviewing Cartethyia and the way to use, build, create a fun gaming experience with this unit that deals an absolutely enormous amount of damage. Now, with this, let's get right into it. So, as you can see right there, that was a 4 basic chain, leaving one shadow sword right there, and then the charge attack left another one, which is the one with the big wings right there, right? And I just made it reappear, right? And then the skill, which is what I just put, leaves a purple sword that you saw briefly, and then you plunge attack using it to get the buffs to transform to fleur-de-lis. Once you transform to fleur-de-lis, you do some basic chains, or you do the skill, whichever you want, really. You really should use the skill ASAP though, and then you do that as fast as possible to keep everything in ultimate, and then you repeat the same thing with Cartethyia multiple times to just deal the damage that you require. As you can see on field, there are 2 swords right now. Using the echo skill is obviously important. Getting that 3rd sword right there, that purple, is also important. Then you can do your jump skill, boom, right there. And then the 4th basic attack right there, as you can see, the one that leaves the sword, also allows you to do 1 air erosion. So skill is 2 stacks, and the 4 basic is 1 stack, as you can see here, in multiple ways, I'm sure, right? The ability to do the damage from air erosion is very nice, and it's very easy to get from one to the next, and therefore you can transfer into fleur-de-lis right as you want in the proper time sequence. Of course, again, skills, ease, everything you can to get that forte bar, as you can see in the middle as it's blinking. That is what allows you to ultimate and do this Excalibur attack. Okay, without getting that forte filled, you are not cooking. It is over for you. So try and get that forte as fast as possible, right? A few things to think about. When you are in fleur-de-lis, you are in a different state. This state's the manifest state. The manifest state is fleur-de-lis, being there on field, and you get 12 seconds of it. During these 12 seconds, you need to fill up conviction and get that Excalibur attack off, basically. Or you can switch back to Cartethyia and just play as Cartethyia until you feel like going back. Don't forget, you get those seconds when fleur-de-lis is on field and in combat. Out of combat, I'm pretty sure those seconds also pause. They don't seem to like unfresh or whatever as you go. Alright, that's basically how you play Cartethyia, and it's pretty easy to play Cartethyia in that way. The next section will be weapons. Okay, so basically the way this is done is HP percent weapon with 72%, right? No other weapons have it, but it has the max HP of 12%, the intro skill basic, ignore 8% of defense, and when it has 1 stack of air erosion, it does the damage amplified by 20%. This weapon, the standard, everyone knows what it does, let's be honest, like nobody cares, but its crit rate, it's probably the 2nd best weapon compared to it. None of the other weapons seem to have HP, like literally none of them, except one 3-star that, guess who doesn't have that? Me. I don't have that 3-star because I don't know where it is, but I don't have it. But there is a 3-star that has it, but it's not nearly as good as the crit weapons. I'd say that 2nd best is either the standard sword or Camellia's, because Camellia buffs the basic attack damage. Okay, her echo set, what you want is the 5-piece of the Windward Pilgrimage set. For the 4-cost main stat, it'll be the Reminiscence, because this one that I'm showing you here does not have a very good passive compared to the Reminiscence, and it works better, right? It's 4-4-1-1-1-1-1, as you can see, and the 3 HPs, okay? It would be Forte Circuit, Resonance Liberation, Resonance Skill, and a basic attack. Intro skill, nobody cares about, you know, but like you can level it if you love her. You should max her out. She's really fun. Anyways, clearing all these next ones. This is after having cleared it, but here's the builds that are gonna be clearing. Alright, we're gonna have a shorekeeper first. This is stats, very simple, standard build, healing, whatnot, not even maxed out. No constellations, of course. This is San Juan, nothing. She's literally completely naked, and she still does her job. Cartethyia with the same build as shown earlier in the video. Nothing really changed. Ciaconna S0 R1, very good build to be honest, so maybe that'll be a bit hard, but you know, that's pretty good. So the buffs in this are very skewed towards arrow, so instead I'm going to do the side tower with the Thundering Mephis, and hopefully it'll work better. Alright, so I'm going to use first the standard team, so I'm going to use Rover, Ciaconna, Cartethyia, and we're going to go in here, and I'm going to start with Rover and get the outro skill so that I have 100% certainty of getting those 6 stacks basically right away. That's the most important thing to get. If you don't get that, well then we're cooked basically. If I do have misplays, well, womp womp, don't kill me about it. I'm not expecting anything good, like right here. So it actually worked really well, this team, and it makes sense. Like, this team actually went crazy, and I'm sure if I played better, it would have done even better. I think like there are a few times where I had to redo this, but if it can just work, I'd be happy. Alright, so ultimate here. Yeah, so right there I could have just switched straight into Cartethyia and it would work better, but whatever. I'm waiting to get those 3 stacks. As you can see, I'm getting all the swords, but I messed up, obviously. I fucked up. I didn't get that 3rd sword, but it's fine, because it'll still do plenty of damage. Like, it is Cartethyia, it's a brand new unit, she should be doing plenty of damage. And it's an okay build. It's not a good build though, it's okay. I got the ult out right in time, right before it stopped blinking, and it does okay damage, 40k per hit, and I think it's like quite a few times, so it's pretty good damage. As you can see, there's still 4 minutes left, and I'm way more than halfway, so it's not even a worry about like, oh, am I gonna finish? No, it's very easy to see. I'm gonna finish very easily. I'm actually thinking like it should not be that difficult, right? To clear this if you're just using the units correctly, okay? She does extremely well as a unit, and this is her best team. This is, of course, S0, R0, whatnot. You know, everything's like very relatable. S0, R1 for both Ciaconna and Cartethyia, as you guys saw right before I started this. Alright, that's it. Pretty fast clear, pretty easy clear. Now, we're gonna do a Rover, Cartethyia, what's it called? San Juan team. Yeah, there we are. I think. Yeah, that's it. Alright, good. And then right here, this is gonna be same thing, same exact rotation, except we won't have as much air erosion stacks as fast or as easy, because you know nobody actually like creates them. But it still works out, I think, to become a very simple clear. It's very close. I think I cut all my clears pretty close because insanely skill issue gameplay like 99% of the time, which is fine. It still works, and obviously San Juan's like not got energy recharge, nothing like is properly done, but she still works really well. So like if you have a better one, then you guys are definitely gonna be able to clear, and if you're not clearing, well, skill issue definitely. But yeah, they do plenty of damage. Cartethyia does plenty of damage, and I'm not like running an unrelatable build on Cartethyia either. You know, all my one costs have like a single line of crit, not double crit. So it's like you guys all definitely can like do way better than what I do here. We are still fighting here. We still got a chance to do this pretty easily. We have 4 minutes 15 seconds left, and we're just about 3/4 of the way, which is absolutely fine because we're about to switch into Cartethyia right here after I get this done. And Cartethyia in. Alright, and then we go get the 3 stacks. There it is. Now we go straight to big Cartethyia, basically. Do big damage. E, you know, whatnot. Do as much damage as possible. Get that ultimate up so that we can do her big hit right here. Really good ultimate, of course, as always. As you can see, the numbers dropped. Like, I think that was like 20k per hit instead of 40k. So it's a 50% damage difference, basically. without the air erosion stacks, which is quite right, because as that talent, I don't know if you guys remember, but it says there's a 30% plus 30%, which is 60, so it's just about the same percentage damage difference. So it makes sense, you know, you're doing like 50% of the damage that you used to do, and it makes sense, alright? But it still deals the damage, and it still clears, even though it gets pretty close. Like, look at that, there's still 20 seconds left, but this rotation here should technically clear, and 3 rotations with Cartethyia should generally clear this. I don't remember if I was able to get it just in the 3 minutes, but I'm pretty sure, like, it should be enough. Like, again, 20k versus 40k is a pretty big difference, so that's like what you're missing out without Cartethyia. I mean, without Ciaconna, but you still clear with 1 second to spare. If you had a better Sanhua, better build for Sanhua, would have like cleared easily without a doubt. As you can see here, they are both 3 stars, you know, that's all. Right, now we're gonna go, and we're gonna swap Ciaconna back in, right, and then we're gonna take Rover out and put Shorekeeper, just to see like the difference here without having max stacks, what happens. You know, let's say you want to use Rover for your Zani, well, now you can. This actually did really well compared to what I thought it would. I really didn't think it would do as well. I thought it was going to be like really icky, iffy, yucky, nasty, disgusting, absolute trash, but it surpassed my expectations. I think mostly because I was able to get my ultimates up properly, my concertos up properly, and of course the buffs are like pretty big. Like, as you can see, her damage is still there, you know, 15Ks, you know, you see it, you see the damage numbers pretty well. As you can see here, we're gonna do the ultimate here, and we're gonna do some pretty big hits here with the big sword hit here. Boom! Perfectly good, right? We kind of messed up, but it's fine. Ultimate here still did 29k or something. I'm pretty sure it was like 28k. And you know what? Yeah, 4 minutes 15 seconds, and before it was 3/4, and now we're at 1/3. So it's much faster, as you can see with Shorekeeper. It's one heck of a difference, and I think it's also because Shorekeeper gives some crit, which is actually something that is really useful for Cartethyia, who has a very hard time building crit because she doesn't have that crit weapon. She has the HP weapon, so it's pretty good, to be honest, when you look at it. And so right here, you're gonna watch as you can do the damage, and very easily clear this, even without a Ciaconna. Even without an arrow rover, you can clear this very easily. Of course, this is with Ciaconna, so I guess it makes sense. But look at that, 40 seconds left, and we still had 40 seconds left. Like, think about that. That's absolutely fine with me. In my head, I think that makes the teams very flexible. And now we're gonna go fully messed up team that has no arrow application to see just how much she relies on arrow. And what you're gonna see here will hopefully surprise you and make you convinced and realize that actually she doesn't really need it. Does she need Shorekeeper? Yes, she does in this scenario, because Shorekeeper just buffs so well. But honestly, it was really nice to see that I could clear even without Arrow Rover and even without Ciaconna. I was very happy to see that she could do the damage on her own. It makes me realize that, like, okay, maybe they're not gonna do everything like Zani, you know. I think it's because of the buffs being brought by Sanhua and Shorekeeper are just so big. I think it helps a lot to see this, but I'm very happy. Each hit was only 14k though, which is the lowest of the low, because no air erosion means very low damage. But we are still hitting, we are still further than with just arrow rover, right? We are still hitting much harder. Evidently, it is around, like, now we're 1/3 down, like 2/3 away from being done. And for the Sanhua and the arrow rover, it was 1/3 away from being done. So it's actually faster not using rover if you're not even gonna have arrow, which actually makes sense. Obviously, I think, like, because Cartethyia doesn't stack fast enough to beat out those 6 stacks that you would want. I don't think she stacks that fast compared to what you would want. But like, as you can see, she's doing absolutely phenomenal damage here. There is no need to worry about hitting hard or something. Again, here goes Shorekeeper. One last ultimate. We're gonna try and clear this. I'm pretty sure I was able to clear it. I can't remember though, so we're gonna hope I was able to clear it. Obviously, Feather Sanhua in all these teams would help a lot. Again, I didn't build her, and I probably will never really build her because I only use her for outro. So why would I build her? You know what I mean? Anyways, but here goes the Fleur-de-Lis, and then slap nice and hard here. Boom, boom. And once you get ultimate here, everything dies. And we're very, very happy with this because this means that you can clear even without air erosion. And there it is, the 3-star clear. Thank you guys for watching. This video was really nice and fun to do. If you liked it, please comment, subscribe, and if you want more tests and showcases, comment down below. Let me know about what you would like to see next with Cartethyia and any other units.